One. What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys because we're going to be talking about the latest unveilment of cards from Phantom Rage. Uh, because due to a lot of things going on, Phantom Rage is actually being released today in the OCG, and I'm sure a lot of OCG players are very excited about this card, about the set being released. And there's a lot of cards that weren't unfortunately weren't unveiled till late. So we will get a chance to look at these cards. And actually, it's going to be a very bulky video because two cards were missing, and then those two cards got added but in separate posts. But luckily enough, because of how wide your organization is, I can just backtrack or just circumvent through the links in the bottom. So I'll try to make sure to have links for each of the sections so you guys can take your chances to look at each of them. So without further ado, why don't we just take a look at the cards now. So the first monster up is Cupid Archer. She's a level 6 light attribute fairy type monster with 2200 attack, 600 defense. This card's effects reads, this card, you only use this card's first and second effect once per turn each. If you control a monster with a minimum of 1 that have 600 defense, you can such summon this card from your hand. Quick effect, discard one card from your hand. Target one light fairy monster you control and one face-up monster on the field. The level of the first target becomes that you control becomes the same as the second target till the end of the turn. Next up is Pilferness, the Unconventional Commander. Level 4 Dark Attribute Fiend type monster. 1800 attack, 0 defense. You only use this card's effects once per turn each. If this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can banish one trap card from your deck. This card increases its level by 1. If a trap card, if you can target one trap card in either graveyard, banish it. Then if you do, this card increases its level by 1. If this card destroys an opponent, is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can set one of your banished normal traps to the field. Your side of the field. Okay, then we have Rock Band Groove Xenogitarium. Level 4 Earth Attribute Rock type monster, 1000 attack, 2000 defense. You only use this card's first and second effect once per turn each. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one rock monster in your graveyard except for Rock Band Groove Xeno Guitarium and add it to your hand. Then place one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. If this card is banished from your field or graveyard, you can send one rock monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then the next card up is Revenant Running Rampage. Revenant's Running Rampage. Its effect reads: during your main phase, you can during the main phase, immediately after this card's effect resolves, normal summon or set one monster. Then we have this quick spell. This is Exceed Import. You only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Target one Exceed monster you control and one monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that Exceed monster. Attach that monster Attach that opponent's monster to your monster as Exceed material. Next up is Nizumi Hanabi, translated into explosive taped rat. That's exactly what the kanji here is stating. Or firework rat. Sorry, just confusion there. Anyway, this monster's this monster status level 4 fire attribute beast type 2000 attack 200 defense cannot be used as material for a fusion, synchro, exceed, or link summon. If this card is normal special summon, place 6 counters on this card. Once a turn during your end phase, switch control of this card to your opponent. If this card with counters on a switch on it switches control, roll a 6-sided die, and remove its counters equal to the die's result. Or if all of them are less, remove. Yeah, or all of them if there are less. If All the card's counters are removed by this effect, destroy it. If this card is destroyed, you take 2,000 points of damage. Next up is uh, Gluttonous Fish Greedies. It's a level 3 water attribute fish type tuner monster. 1000 attack, 1000 defense. You can use this card's first effect once per turn each. You can target one fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your graveyard with a level less than or equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand and special summon it, but cannot activate its effects during this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can have the synchro monster using it as synchro material to gain 200 attack and defense for each card in your opponent's hand. Then we have Magical Broker, level 3, Dark Archie Spellcaster type monster, 1500 attack, 200 defense. You can only use this card's second effect once per turn each. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect while you control a continuous spell or trap. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can send one face-up continuous spell or trap card you control to the graveyard, draw one card. Then the other two cards are actually here on the other side. We'll actually click onto the link to read into them. Love the picture of this card because this is Jack in the Hand. This is a normal spell, and this effect reads: you only activate one card with this card's name once per turn each. Reveal 3 level 1 monsters with a different name from your deck. Have your opponent pick one of those and add it to their hand. You add one of the others to your hand and shuffle the remaining back into your deck. Then we have the Psychic Inclusion card, but we're not reading that. The last card from the main set, here it is. This is hold on. There it goes. All or Nothing Normal Trap. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, reveal the top card of your deck. And if you do, and it is a level 1 or 8 monster, either add it to your hand or special summon it. If it isn't, your opponent selects one of these effects to apply. Life points of this card's controller becomes 1,000. Life points of this card's controller gain life points until they have 8,000. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of these cards. I'm gonna start off with, of course, All or Nothing. This is a card that if what was it, self-destruct button was a thing, this card would work. Like this is the only reason why this card matters is because this is definitely a self-destruct button card. Love the fact that it has both of the Impachis on it, because I think there's Wood Impachi and Impact Impachi. But yeah, this is a very burn stall situation. Kind of glad that that card's banned because people would try to find ways to abuse it, and this is one of those ways to abuse such. Um, then let's move back to the other cards because I'm gonna switch through Psychic Introduction, which that's Rush Duel. Now we look at Jack in the Hand. Jack in the Hand seems kind of very gimmicky. I thought this was a Ghost Trick card just because of the fact that it features Ghost Trick, Jack Frost, Ghost Trick Lantern, and Ghost Trick Spectre. But then I thought about it. All 3 of these cards just so happen to be, um, funny enough, level 1 monsters. Because Spectre, Jack Frost, and Lantern are all level 1 synchro monsters. I mean, level 1 effect monsters. So, I say synchros. No, they're level 1 effect monsters. So, yeah, that is a shock. It's an okay card. It's nothing. Like, it's very, very gimmicky, unfortunately. And that's, like, it's a great way to get a card to your hand, but at the cost of you're giving your opponent a level 1 monster, you're taking a level 1 monster, and they all have to have a different name. So, good luck with trying to get effect veilers. Alright, then let's go on back to all the cards the rest of the remaining cards. The Cupid Arrow is pretty meh. Like, it's just another monster to be easily summoned, and I guess you can go into Link or Synchro plays. The Unconventional Commander, not too bad of a monster, but I think this is more so going to be just resourceful for decks like Trap Trick. that have a lot of normal trap cards. That obviously those are the only ones you can get back from these cards. In fact, that you can set onto the field. Increasing this level by banishing them isn't bad either. Because at least make it a level. Because it's once per turn for each effect. So you at least can get this to a level 6. Go into some rank 6s. Um, take advantage of it being the levels. Like I said, there's a lot of things that can easily be done with this card. But I feel like because of where this card stands, it's gonna just be very situational. Rock get a foolish burial in the forms of Rock Band Groove, um, Xeno Gritam. So that's a thing. Um, it's another foolish burial. That's pretty much what it is. It can work well in conjunction with the monster Gigantus, because a lot of players do play Gigantus in their rock builds, especially Adamantite and Rockstone. So you got some advantages there. We're gonna move on to the next one, and that's Revenant running Rampant, which isn't bad either. I think for the most part, this is a card that um, can have some advantages because cards do activate when they're normal summoners, when they're normal summoned. So, giving you an additional normal summon or taking monsters you have, tributing them for a bigger monster for the normal summon can, like I said, it can have its advantages. Um, Exceed Import, late to the game, guys. Very late to the game. Funny enough, the monsters on this card's artwork happen to be the Keeper of Armageddon and the Keeper of, um, I think it's the Keeper of Peace. But both of these angels are Exceed monsters and they need Exceed material, which is funny enough because this card takes one of your opponent's monsters whose attack is less than your Exceed monster and then attach it to them as Exceed material. So it has some of its advantages. It does. We're gonna move on from that. We're gonna talk about the firework rat, which it will have, of course, this indication here, stating that the kanji for this card's name literally just means rat plus firework, and is a name that is like Cateran. That is the name of the Cateran wheel firework, which is an image of an explosion that is running fast across the field. So pretty much firework. That's what it is. Very gimmicky itself, and I can see some gimmick that's trying to pull it off because taking 2,000 points of damage, yeah, that can be a make or break. Definitely a make or break. It is cute though. I will give it that, and very beefy on the stats though. But this also reminds me of like old school level 4 monsters that used to come out. You remember cards like Dark Elf and the Wicked Eraser and stuff like that. Or like these really high level 4 monsters. They have great attack, like heavy attack points, like 2,000, 1,800. No, 1,900, 2,000, 2,100. But they always have some very niche ability attached to them. And I mean, we did see some other incursions. You got cards like you got a lot of normal monsters with very low defense, high attack, which that came. I think Gene War was the first one. Then Alexandrite, then Mystical Griffin, and stuff like that. Where it's like, oh, cool, you have these really high level attack monsters, zero defense, which is fine because most of them are the offensive. But then it's also like, ooh, you have these effect monsters with these really great stats, and it's like, where is the skill drain? And it's just like, yeah, that becomes the issue. It's just like these cards didn't have skill drain before, so a lot of them weren't used till we did get monsters like Gemini Elf and and Gene Werewolf, where it became awesome to have these high limit stats. Like this monster under skill drain will lose all of these effects, which is fine, but not being able to use for a synchro fusion or exceed or link summon, yeah, it's just probably gonna be a very gimmick monster. Fish got a new tuner, and it's a really good one because you can get Fish, Sea Serpent, and or Aqua. So Mermail Atlantean got a new card that you can take advantage of, and the tuner at that. So yeah, that's really awesome. And it also reminds me of that new Fish monster that we got too, the one that bases his stats on attack power for each card in your opponent's hand. Yeah, that's what this card reminds me of. I think they kind of look the same too. Then we got the Magical Broker. Um, I can see some gimmick stuff here too. But it can be controlled by battle or card effect while you control uh, a continuous spell or trap. So give it or take. And yeah, that's pretty much my whole look at the remaining cards um from Rampage. From Rage. So yeah, I'm more excited for the Tri Brigade. There are a couple of other cards I see in here also fitting some bills. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think about the full set for Phantom Rage. I'll get a list up for that too. If you guys want to see that, I'll put it in the comment section in case. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the newer cards being added to the last of the cards for Phantom Rage and um, you know the overall set as well. So thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys can be informed of when I do upload more content. And also hit me up on the social media links because Instagram and Twitter are getting up there in the numbers. So thanks everybody for your support, and I'll catch you all next time. HBJ signing out. Take care.